Hey, it's me, Audrey. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my very first episode of rankings. In this series, I'm going to be ranking my top 5 favorite of something, anything. And as you can see from the title, this is my top 5 favorite Pixar movies. Now, I've wanted to do videos like this for a really long time, but I have a really hard time committing to my top 5 or 10 of anything, but I thought that I would go ahead and give it a shot. I was actually inspired to do this particular video by the SuperCarlinBrothers. They're here on YouTube, and if you don't know who they are, then you should definitely go ahead and check out their channel. They do a lot of Disney and Pixar related content. They do a lot of theory videos, and they happen to upload their ranking of all 17 Pixar movies. I didn't want to take it that far because that would take me forever to decide. But if you want to check out that video, I will definitely leave it in the description box below so you can go over and check out their channel. They actually just hit 1 million subscribers, so it's super exciting for them and it's super inspiring for me because I want to get there one day. One more thing before I get into the rankings. I wanted to let you guys know, in case you haven't noticed yet, that I did get a brand new camera. So it is hopefully a sharper, clearer, more beautiful picture, and I actually got some lighting, which I'm not using right now, but I'm just very excited about my channel growing. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. So if you're new to my channel and this is the first or second or third video of mine that you've watched and you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and you can say that you were part of the first 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, you know, when I hit 1 million someday. Okay, let's get into the rankings. Okay, so before I go into the top 5, I do have 2 honorable mentions, and it's because they almost made the list. It was really hard trying to decide what was going to be number 5, and it was almost Cars or Up. Now, I know some of you are cringing right now because you love those movies, and don't get me wrong, I love them too. In fact, Cars was actually probably going to be it because I really like that one. I think it's one of those movies that everybody goes back and watches and they realize it's better than the first time they watched it. But I can honestly say that the first time I saw Cars, I loved it. I think it's awesome. Mater is one of my favorite Pixar characters of all time, hands down. He's hilarious. But there's just movies that I like better. So, sorry, Cars didn't make the list. The other one that almost made the list is Up. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. How could you not put Up in your top 5? And it was really close, I swear. But for me, if it weren't for the first 15 minutes of Up, it kind of would just be like a really weird movie that didn't make a whole lot of sense. Actually, even with the first 15 minutes, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. A lot of people theorize that Mr. Fredricksen is actually not even alive and that the whole movie is kind of his afterlife, which might make it a little better, I think, because it's so ridiculous. It's so over the top and ludicrous. So yeah. You take that first 15 minutes, you got me. I love it. But the rest of the movie is weird, but still good. Don't get me wrong, still good. Okay, number 5 is WALL-E. WALL-E is a wonderful movie. WALL-E, the character himself, is a great character. He's just like instantly lovable. You love him the moment he's on screen. They didn't need a whole bunch of dialogue to tell the story, which I also really like. It bugs some people that there's not a lot of dialogue, but I kind of like that. I kind of like the feel of that first bit of the movie when WALL-E is still on Earth, and I think that it was a beautiful movie to watch. The humans up in space kind of make me cringe, but let's be honest, it's heading that way. So, but yeah, it's just overall a really good movie, and it's my number 5 pick. Okay, so number 4 is Monsters, Inc. And I actually was gonna put this higher on the list, but I didn't. It's one of those movies that I never get sick of. I go back to it and watch it, and I'm still entertained. I actually like Monsters U too, which a lot of people didn't like, but I like it. I think I just really like the characters in the movies. I think that the whole monster world that's kind of like parallel to ours is kind of a neat idea. It was very original, so I love that. And I just like the movie. I like the characters. Sully is awesome. Boo was cute. Micah's hilarious. It's a great movie. Love it. 2 thumbs up. Number 3 is Inside Out, and I love it when a new movie comes out and it kind of like shakes your world up and like messes up the rankings, or you know, what you thought was the best Disney movie. I think that's what they want to do. They want to make movies that are better and better and better, and I think they did that with Inside Out. It was awesome. I do have a teenage girl, and when we saw that movie, I think she was still a preteen, Pretty sure. Yes. Her and I went and saw it together, and she was, you know, around Riley's age, and so it really resonated with me. And the fact that I was a preteen girl at one point in life, and, you know, all the things that happen inside of her head, like, you get it. You're there with her. When her little world start crumbling, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't take it. It's so sad. I definitely cried in the theater. Like not like tear, but like, like that kind of crying. It was probably ugly, but it was dark, so we're good. If you haven't seen the movie yet, spoiler, you might want to mute this. The part when she's come back from running away and she hugs her mom and dad, in that moment, you realize that the three of them together is really her world. It really is the most important thing. It's her safe place. It's home. And I bawled like a baby. Oh my gosh, I bawled like a baby. It was so good. So good. The characters are complex. Joy is, yeah, she's Joy. She's full of life. She's happy. But she's a lot more complex than that. So when you see Joy show sadness, it's interesting. It's awesome to see that happen. And when she realizes that sadness is part of who Riley is, and she's kind of necessary to Riley's world and the things that made her become who she was, oh, it's just so well written. Inside Out is a great movie. It's a great movie. Okay, number 2 on my list is Toy Story 3. Do I really need to explain why? I mean, any Disney fan, any movie fan knows that that was just an all-around great movie. If you're a fan of the Toy Story series, then you know that that was the perfect way to wrap it up. I'm not sure how I feel about them having a 4th movie coming out, because Toy Story 3 was like, it was so good the way they ended it. Like, it was done. You didn't need to say anything else. So what are you gonna say? I don't think that Andy's Toys could have got a better owner in Bonnie. I loved all the feels that it made you feel when you thought all the toys were gonna be destroyed in the furnace. Oh my gosh. I think that it looked stunning. I always remember, for some reason, the scene with Woody in the bathroom stall and he's trying to get out of the daycare center, and he puts the toilet paper on the toilet seat. Oh, cracks me up. But I just remember that scene because I remember thinking how beautiful it looked. Like, the animation is just wonderful in that picture. So that's another reason why I like that movie, and why it made my top 2. Number 1 is The Incredibles. Yes. Oh my gosh. I can't begin to tell you how much I love that movie. The Incredibles has been one of my favorite movies for years. It's not only my number 1 favorite Pixar movie, it's like in my top 5 or 10 movies of all time, like in movie history. Not just Disney, not just Pixar, not just animation, but like of all time. It has humor, it has romance, it has action, it has that family dynamic that really, I think the movie is more about that than the fact that they have superpowers. Like, the characters are actually really complex. It's a really good movie. I venture to say that it's really not even that much of a kid movie. I mean, it is, but it's for everybody. It's so good. The SuperCarlinBrothers happen to agree with me on this one. When I watched their video, I was like, when they got to number 2 and they said Wall-E, and I was like, yes, it's gonna be The Incredibles. I knew it. The Incredibles is the best. I was so excited because, yes, they're right. 100%, hands down, agree. Not even a competition, really. It wasn't like, oh, Toy Story 3 or The Incredibles. No. I actually was writing this down and I wrote down The Incredibles. And then I decided what the other top 4 were going to be, because I love this movie. If you don't love The Incredibles, we can't be friends. I'm just kidding. We could be friends. But I would say watch it again with fresh eyes. I'm excited that they're making an Incredibles 2, but sometimes, as we all know, sequels can flop. So I hope they do a good job. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you liked it by giving it a thumbs up, but more importantly than that, letting me know in the comment section that you want to see more rankings videos, and let me know what you guys want me to rank next. I think that'd be really cool to give you guys what you want. Also, it'd be kind of fun if you let me know what your favorite Pixar movie is in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you next weekend. Bye!